Films are amazing, but what do they look like behind the scenes? Well, in this video, I'm going to be discussing what 3 of the most popular films look like behind the scenes. Let's begin. Let's start off with Avengers Endgame, which is probably one of the most hardest movies Marvel had to make. One of the biggest scenes in the film is the part where they fight, and that part took so long and had to have many people on the set just so it could work. An interesting fact is when Infinity War and Endgame were being made, the director wanted to shoot them both at the same time, but this got too complicated. So instead of doing that, they just shot these 2 films back to back. Avengers Endgame was also the highest grossing movie for a while. That was until Avatar had a re-release and wiped Endgame out the park. Also, in the movie, apparently Tony's daughter was going to have a few scenes where she was a grown-up, and Catherine Langford was cast, but her scenes did not make the cut. And for the final fact, apparently Avengers Endgame wasn't originally going to be called Avengers Endgame, it was going to be called Avengers Infinity War Part 2. But as a last minute change, they decided to switch it to Avengers Endgame. Next we have Top Gun Maverick, which is a very interesting film because some of the scenes were real. I mean, not the exploding and all that, but some of the planes were definitely real. And something that was really hard for them was trying to fit the cameras in the planes, because they had almost 6 cameras in there, which, as you can imagine, it's pretty hard to get in one plane. But somehow they managed it, and the film looks great. I mean, it basically looks real. The original movie came out in the 1980s, and so people kept on asking Tom Cruise to make a sequel, and he said he would only make a sequel when the story was right. And so they had to have many plot lines and many different stories before Tom Cruise agreed to make this film. And finally, we have Jurassic World. Now, the hardest part about Jurassic World was making the dinosaurs. Now, even though most of them were CG, some of them were animatronics. And in the original Jurassic Park, some of the scenes with the raptors in the kitchen are people wearing suits. Isn't that crazy? Also, apparently the T-Rex in Jurassic World is the same T-Rex in Jurassic Park. And as I said earlier, some of the dinosaurs were animatronics. But in Jurassic World, only one animatronic was used throughout the entire production. But, I mean, animatronics are just cool in the film because it can allow the characters to touch these dinosaurs and make it more human. Anyway, this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed them, please subscribe and I'll see you all in the next one.